By hook or by needles we'll craft away, stitch by stitch we'll brighten the day, knitting and crocheting just for fun.
Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening to you, wherever you may be. I am Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And today I'm going to show you this stitch, which is very simple, lacy stitch, which is reversible. This is going to be ideal for your summer rectangular shawls, your scarves, maybe even a light blanket, in cotton for summer, for maybe not for a baby because they'd get their little fingers in there, but a light blanket just to take the chill off. I can't find a name for this. In fact, I can't find anything really much about it. So I'm going to call it the stitch with no name because, it probably does have a name. It is a one row repeat. It is a cast on or multiple of 2. So it's odd numbers. You just cast on an odd number and away you go. One row repeat, lacy, beautiful stitch. It does curl, but I think that's more because that's where I started than anything else. It's curling on that side too. But, I think you'll find that it's very, yeah, I like it. Very lacy and so easy to do. So, let's get started. It is, I start and finish with a knit stitch just to put a bit of an edge on it. You could probably not worry about that if you were knitting this in the round for, say, a nice knitted top or a cowl or something like that. But I just add a knit stitch just so that it gives it a bit of a frame at the edges. So here we go. So as I just said, our first stitch is always a knit. And we yarn forward and knit 2 together. So what we're doing there is we've added a stitch and we decreased a stitch. So we're adding first, then decreasing. And that's important to remember, that you're adding and then decreasing. Okay, because when you get to the end, I'll tell you why, if I remember. No, I will tell you why. So, yarn forward to create a new stitch, then knit those 2 together. And it's all knitted, so there's no purl stitches for those who don't like to do purl, but it's just yarn over and knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. And this is the whole pattern. This is all you need to do. Okay, so we're getting to the last stitches. I've yarned forward, so now I've done my increase, I need to do my decrease. Where you may come unstuck and find your piece is increasing in width is some people go, oh okay, I've come to the last stitch, I've got to yarn forward still. No yarn forward. That was your last, you've increase, decrease, increase, decrease. You've done that, and one on, one off, exactly the right number of times, so you end up with the same stitch count. If I were to do another yarn forward here, I would end up with an extra stitch. I don't want that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to knit that last stitch without yarning forward. and that's what gives us the lace. So the yarn overs give us that beautiful lacy look, with like columns in between. So let's just do that again. If you've got it, you can switch off now. Don't forget to give me a thumbie while you're at it. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments section. And remember now that I have activated or for some time now I have had activated the community post tab. This is only accessible with a mobile device. Why only mobile, I don't know, but it is. So you'd need to have a phone or a tablet that will be able to use it. So if you're having problems and you want to show me a picture, just take a picture with your phone or whatever, and then go to the my channel, and then it'll have a little tab that says View Community, or yeah, View Community I think, or My Community or something like that. Go into there, and then you can actually leave a post on my channel with a picture of your work and a question. So if you're having problems with it, you can leave me a question with a picture of the work and say, what am I doing wrong, or is this okay, or whatever the case may be. I'd love to see what all of you are getting up to. Okay, so yarn forward and knit two together, because once again we are doing add one, take one away, add one, take one away, add one, take one away, add one, take one away. And it really is just so simple. And like I say, if you happen to come across this stitch elsewhere and it has a name, let me know. I'd love to have a name for it, because I really do enjoy doing this one. This is another stitch that I'd have to say this is one of my favorite lacy stitches. And we're at the end. Remember, we do not yarn forward. We do not need an extra stitch. We have kept the same number of stitches. So we just knit into that last stitch. Okay. I'll do it one more time for those who need it. If you need it any more than that, just rewind and put a section on repeat. I think you can actually choose between 2 points and just keep repeating. If you need a little bit of an extra length, or longer tutorial, you can do it that way. So we knit one, yarn forward, knit two together. Whoops, that wasn't clever. Knit two together, yarn forward, knit two together, yarn forward, and each of these yarn overs is creating that lacy zigzaggy gap in between on the way, left and right, because we're doing it every row. There is a way you can do a very similar stitch with a very different look. No yarn forward, just knit. And it's a 2-row repeat. If you do what I've just done there, yarn forward, knit two together, and then purl backwards, and then so every second row you're doing this yarn forward, knit two together, you will get more solid columns which actually go on an angle. So it's a completely different look, but it's quite pretty as well. I probably will throw that one in somewhere along the line as I'm showing you all these different types of stitches. So that is the lacy stitch with no name. It is a 1-row repeat, multiple of even numbers, you know, yarn forward, knit 2 together. It just is that easy. And I think you might agree it is really quite pretty. You can see the zigzag because, you know, I'm getting that as I'm yarning over each time. But because I'm yarning over, when I go back, it goes in the opposite direction. So, yeah. Okay, that's the stitch for today. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please give me a thumbie. Any questions, you can either post on my community tab with a picture. Picture's always handy, especially if you're having problems. If I can see what the issue is, I can help a little bit better usually. So, yep, keep that in mind. Otherwise, questions in the comments section. Give me a like, a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing to press the button. Thanks.